The Gospel according to St. John, chapter 2. The wedding at Cana. Jesus performs first miracle by Dr. Christopher Osiodion Aburime. Beginning from the first verse. On the third day, there was a wedding celebration at Cana in Galilee. The mother of Jesus was present. And Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the feast. When they ran out of wine, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said to her, "Dear woman, what do you want me to do? My time has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Do whatever he tells you. There were 6 stone water pots standing nearby, the kind used by the Jews for ceremonial cleansing and purification, each containing 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the pots with water." And they filled them up to the brim. Then he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the ceremony." And they did. When the master of the ceremony tasted the water, it had turned into wine. He did not know where it came from, but of course the servants knew. So the master of the ceremony called the bridegroom over and said to him, "Everyone serves the choice wine first, and then the worse wine when the guests have well drunk. But you have preserved the best until now." This was the first of the miraculous signs Jesus performed in Cana of Galilee, thus manifesting his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After this, he went down to Capernaum together with his mother, his brothers, and his disciples. But they stayed there not many days. The time for the annual Jewish Passover was nigh, so Jesus went up to Jerusalem. And in the temple he found merchants selling cattle and sheep and doves, and money changers also present, waiting for business. Making a whip out of cords, he drove them all from the temple courts, sheep and cattle as well. He scattered the money changers' coins and overthrew the tables. And to the dove sellers he said, "Get these things out of here and stop using my Father's house as a marketplace." And his disciples remembered these words of prophecy, "Zeal for your house consumes me." The Jews responded and said to him, "What sign can you show us to prove your authority to act like this?" Jesus answered them, "Fine. Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up." The Jews exclaimed, "What? What? It took 46 years to build this temple, and you can achieve that in 3 days?" But the temple he was speaking of was his body. So when Jesus rose from the dead, his disciples recalled that he had said this to them. And they believed the scripture and the words Jesus had declared. Now while he was in Jerusalem at the feast of the Passover, many believed in his name when they witnessed the wonderful signs that he did. But Jesus, knowing what people were truly like, would not entrust himself to them. He did not need evidence about humankind, for he knew all about human nature. This concludes the 2nd chapter of St. John.